The 10th generation of Pokemon, better known as Winds and Waves, is finally here. Well, not technically here. We'll have to wait a little bit longer than we initially anticipated. But that might actually be a good thing. So good morning, everybody. Good morning, it's JPR, and here is why I am more excited for Winds and Waves than I have been for a Pokemon game in a very, very long time. So let's break everything down. So obviously, starting off, we have that whole 2027 release date that I just talked about. Honestly, I am so surprised that they had it in them. We're finally slowing down the breakneck pace of the Pokemon content machine. It just feels like ever since Sun and Moon in 2016, the 20th anniversary, that we have been in this high gear, this unstoppable high gear, and we have definitely seen the effects of it over time. From post-games disappearing and being replaced with DLC, to all the Pokemon not even being in the game, or some other areas being half-baked. So really, out of everything that was shown in this trailer, I think the 2027 release date was probably what excited me the most, because I was like, surely, for the 30th anniversary, it'll come out this year. And maybe as a content creator, I wanted it to come out this year, but as a fan, I'm happy it's coming out next year, you know what I mean? And above all else, it seems like it's more evidence that Game Freak is finally pushing back against their corporate overlords. We heard a little bit about this in the Terra leak, how they were talking with the Pokemon Company and Nintendo about slowing things down and needing more dev time. I think Legend ZA was supposed to come out in 2024, and lo and behold, we got it in 2025. I mean, I know some people didn't like it, but I liked ZA. I thought it was fun. I thought it was polished. I think my one gripe with this DLC coming out in 2027 is the fact that it means the ZA DLC probably could have been a whole lot less rushed than it was. I don't think the DLC was very good. I never made a video about the DLC. I did not like Mega Dimension that much. I liked base game ZA, but yeah, the DLC was left a lot to be desired. But I think even if that same exact DLC came out just a few months later in 2026, like, it would have been less criticized. People would have been like, okay, this isn't just scrapped post-game content. This is like actual, genuine DLC from the start, you know? And this also surprisingly makes Generation 9 the longest generation in Pokemon history. Like, right when we were saying, like, Pokemon is going faster than it's ever gone, suddenly the brakes have been hit. We got 2 years wait time for ZA and another 2 years for Generation 10, which is awesome. Again, I think Scarlet and Violet, just the way that game released, I know some people don't have problems with it. Some people are like, my Scarlet and Violet ran fine. It looked amazing on my day one Switch 1, and it ran great, and it never had any sort of a lag spike, and you're a YouTuber, you're just being dramatic, yada yada yada. But guys, can we just be real? That game did not launch in a good state, okay? We should never have that happen ever again. And don't say it was the Switch. Do not say it was the Switch's fault. Yes, the Switch is underpowered, but like, look, I love Xenoblade. Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3 look amazing, and they run amazing on Switch 1. Don't say it's the Switch. It can be done. They can optimize these games. But yeah, anyway, back to the point. These extra couple years of dev time are going to be a lot bigger than I think a lot of people realize. Like, we might actually get some cool side content back. I mean, this underwater open world could be a lot more detailed than we think it's going to be. A lot of us gave flack to Scarlet and Violet for having a barren open world, or Gen 8 with its, like, hallway routes and stuff like that. They have a real chance to actually hone in and fix this stuff now, so I'm very excited. Anyway, transitioning off of that point, let's talk about the starters, okay? I don't know what the internet's consensus of these guys are. I've been trying to stay off of social media. I think people don't like Brout as much as the other two, but honestly, this is probably the first time since Diamond and Pearl Gen 4, maybe, that I like all three of them. Usually there's like one or two that stick out where I go, I could do without, I could do without Grookey or whatever. I'm sorry, Grookey Nation. I just had to pick an example out of thin air. I didn't mean it. But yeah, Brout, I love his grumpy bird-looking face. I think it gives him a lot of personality. Pombon is understandably going to be the most popular. I mean, this guy was genetically designed in a lab to sell plushies. I mean, he's a dog, a Pomeranian no less, and a fire type. Fire types are always going to be the most popular. I mean, fire type in general is just a popular type. Yeah, he's going to be a hit, and admittedly, I'm a sucker. Like, I love Pombon. He looks amazing. I could be swayed by evolutions, but right now, my initial pick is Pombon. And then we have Gekwa, who just feels like a high potential design. From the moment I saw this guy, I was like, this feels like their chance to redeem the Sobble line. Like, I personally liked Sobble. I thought Sobble was a good start to the family, and then it just quickly went off the tracks into an orphanage, burned everything down. Dark analogy, I know, I'm sorry. But hey, maybe they could do something cool. Maybe they could do water ghost. Maybe they could do water poison. Maybe they could do water dragon. It'd be a little bit unbalanced, but I mean, it wouldn't be the craziest thing anymore. Especially if Pombon is like fire fairy. I think the Dex mentions on Pokemon.com that Pombon has like this pure, incorruptible soul, so a lot of people have been expecting fire fairy. That would be awesome, but I want to be clear. Just in case he stands up on 2 legs, I am not locking in anything yet, okay? If he stands up on 2 legs, Pombon, the deal is off. You're out of here, okay? Just want to make that clear. Next, of course, we have the region itself, which appears to be based on Southeast Asia, Malaysia, some of the other areas in that part of the world. It kind of feels like it's an evolution of Alola, where you have the islands and the sea, but I think the one part that Alola didn't take advantage of was the sea, ironically. You never saw much of the sea, other than, like, Mantine surfing in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Like, the sea and the ocean and the water, they really didn't do anything in Sun and Moon, which was kind of disappointing. But now, they have the technology, they can do this cool open world underwater thing. That was the most hype thing in the trailer for me, other than 2027. 2027 was hype, but the open world underwater looks amazing. I'm just imagining like this deep, dark trench, and it's like that scene from Finding Nemo where like there's this big anglerfish, and maybe it's like this disgusting, mutated lantern evolution. Like it just comes out of left field. Maybe you just find like a random legendary Pokemon exploring in the dark down there. I'm shooting way too high. I know I'm gonna be disappointed when the game comes out. Maybe we'll have some underwater caves to explore, some little pockets of air, you know, similar to the sealed chamber in Ruby and Sapphire, or like in The Incredibles when Mr. Incredible found the cave with the Chronos on the wall. He found Gazer Beam. You guys have seen The Incredibles, right? It's not just an old guy making a reference. Also, now that they've proven that they have this technology, I think Legends Hoenn definitively needs to be in development. Maybe not the next one, because we kind of know about that already if you've been in the loop. I'm not going to say anymore. But Legends Hoenn should be the Legends game after that. I want this open world underwater in Hoenn, because it feels like that's the region that deserves it more than any other. I guess my last question is, will the sky have comparable exploration to the water? I mean, it is called Winds and Waves, but it seems like we're only focusing on the waves right now and what's under the water. Like, we saw the weird dragon-shaped cloud in the sky. That might be a legendary, might be something that we have to look forward to. I mean, who knows? Maybe the next trailer they'll be like, hey, we're bringing back soaring, and you can have sky battles, which were a hit in Gen 6, obviously. People love sky battles. And the last thing to really talk about, and of course, as usual, this is exclusive to the Japanese logos of the game. If you just watch the English trailer, you would have no indication of what I'm about to talk about. But the new gimmick. The new gimmick is always something to wonder about. I made a video like a year or two ago where I was like, after they bring back Mega Evolution in ZA, is that just gonna be it? Like, it kind of felt like ZA was gearing us up for, and Champions by extension, just gearing us up for this future where Megas were going to be the one and only gimmick going forward. Like, I was like, they can't keep making these gimmicks. Like, eventually, they're gonna reach the point where they just get stupid. Arguably, they already did in Gen 8 with Dynamax. I mean, some people still don't like that. But yeah, if you're unaware, the Japanese logo has what this looks like, this little tiny ghost guy, like a little Pokeball symbol in the middle. I don't know, like, he looks like a ghost to me, maybe he doesn't look like a ghost to you. Some people have hypothesized that this could be like a rebirth mechanic, like, think like Gen 5 in the Wonder Launcher if you did Gen 5 Wi-Fi battles. God, what an awful mechanic, where you can like charge up revives and like revive your Pokemon, but like on steroids. Like, that idea taken to the next level. This rebirth idea of like a Pokemon could come back to life in a battle, potentially with a new form, maybe with boosted stats. To me, it just sounds like Mega Evolution with extra steps. So, I don't know. I'm not sold on that idea. It doesn't sound like it'd be the cleanest mechanic in the world. But, I don't know. I really am still wondering, at what point do we just bring back Megas and stick with them? Like, do we need to keep introducing new gimmicks? I mean, you guys know me, I'm a Poke Boomer. I'm pro no gimmick at all. Like, we could get rid of all of them. We could get rid of Megas and for all, like, I mean, I like the Megas and ZA, honestly, but we could get rid of all of them, and I wouldn't, like, shed any tears. I'd be okay with that. But who knows, maybe they're leading us off the trail. Maybe this isn't the gimmick at all. Maybe this is just some unrelated thing to gyms or side quests or whatever. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I know it's a little scuffed, a little off the cuff, not what you guys are used to, but I am getting married tomorrow when this video comes out. Not actually tomorrow, like it's in a few days, but when this video comes out on JPR Friday, I will be getting married tomorrow. So, life has been a little bit hectic, so I hope you'll forgive the lack of crazy editing or anything in this video. But, yeah, that's about it. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more videos just like this one, and I'll see you guys next time.